guys, this is Nick from ReviewOutlaw.com. Today I'm going to review the Ford Explorer 2017 Platinum Edition. So I've had this car for a couple months now. You can see it needs a car wash, but it's giving me a good chance to kind of give you some pros and cons with the car. I've gone through some snow with it, springtime now, so kind of see how it handles throughout the year. But some of the features that I like, right here, it actually has a sensor on the back side that automatically senses if you have a key in the car or with you, so you can actually unlock it. The interior, I'm going to give you another video on that, but as far as the key itself, you have a lock that actually closes the mirrors, so if you put your hand like this, it actually automatically unlocks it. But if you were just to click that, that actually will lock it as well. So now it will only lock if you hit the keys in your car. You can auto start the car by just clicking the lock button and then this twice. And that works pretty well. As far as the trunk, you can double click the trunk and the trunk will automatically pop open. And what's nice is you can actually click it again and it will close. To turn the car off, same thing, hit the button twice. It does not sound that loud, which is good. It's a pretty quiet running car. The front lights are LED, which I like right here. This part, this kind of look around it. The look of the car is really nice. A lot of different cameras and sensors. The front camera here, another camera there, another back camera. So that's good for pulling in. A lot of side sensors, things like that. That's like sonar. Picks up if you're gonna hit something, like if you're pulling in. Rims look real nice on this car, like that. As far as a couple of other neat features, so if you push the back button here, it pops the trunk open. I got this WeatherTech pad, which is nice. Just if you're gonna throw some tools back here and stuff like that. But if you want additional seating, you can actually click this normal button and it pulls the seats up. For the most part, I don't have people back here, but this is nice if you have a lot of people in here. You can also click fold, and that just gives you some space back here, but just folds those two seats down there like that. And then finally, the position I have it in the most is the stow, and that just lays it down like that. These back seats have heat in them, which is really nice. And it's also nice that you can also fold them down. So you can fold these down like this, which is cool, or you can fold them up. Heat in them is nice. There's no AC back here, but there's a lot of room, which I like. So you can actually walk back here if you can have additional seating back here. And you get a good amount of comfortable space back here. The double moonroof, right now it's not open, but this will open up as far as the sun. It won't open up as far as the wind's concerned, so that will give you some sun. Only the front one will open up to give you additional wind. As far as driving in the snow, this has all-wheel drive. I drove it up to Vermont, about a 4-hour drive through a snowstorm, snowing about a foot or so, and it handled very nicely. Did not really notice too much kicking at all. I think in the snow it handles perfectly. On and off button here, of course. The inside has a nice look and feel. I like the leather and things like that. And so I'm going to give you a couple more videos here of driving the car and some different features that I like. Okay, I want to give you a look at the inside of the Ford Explorer 2017. So here we have the main dash. We get the map. We got my iPhone. Now this is connected via Bluetooth. You also have Apple CarPlay in here. I'll show you that a little bit later. But as far as the audio, you can select your sources here: phone, CD, series, FM, AM. Climate. Here you have a heated steering wheel option. This is option in the Platinum Edition. It's only actually on the screen. There's no other buttons in here. I wish there was a separate button. Sometimes you just want to turn it off. There's an easy way to turn it off. Dual climate control. You have power on, power off as far as AC. This guy back here wants to adjust it. There's also back control as well adjusting the heat. Phone, you can make calls out of here. I like to use the Siri function, so you can either hold in the button here, or you can actually hold the button on the steering wheel as well. And then you can say, like, call somebody. Sometimes you have to hit it a couple times for it to actually go through, and there's a bit of a delay to wait for that noise like that to go. You can get text messages right on up here, which is nice just to read them. Navigation. This is the built-in nav, but I like to use the.
There are no unread messages.
I like to use the phone app instead, because the phone mapping, it has the updated travel information and also visiting traffic jams and things like that. I haven't used the connected mobile apps. That's not very good at all. And then just the settings, your sound, things like that. As far as what's on the screen, you can click here. You can see what's this is what's in front of me. You can also click the different view here of what's in front of me, and you can view what's behind you as well. So the front and then the back. Then we have some different parking options here. This is parallel parking, has automatic parallel parking, something I haven't used yet, but it takes control of the steering wheel and rewinds it in depending on where you're going here. This is going to turn off the sensors in the front, so if you're trying to pull in close to a spot, and I can actually show you here what's going to happen. Put it back on. If you drive too close to something, it comes up with a warning, basically letting you know that you're going to almost hit it. So let's go towards this house here, and then nice and slow. Working at all. Get out of that mode, and then so if I was reversing, this shows me a little diagram. If you turn your wheel left and right, it actually shows you on the screen here where you're going to end up going. And there's sensors all around the car. Here's the sensors here. So one thing I've noticed as I've been driving the car, turn that off, is if it's snowing out, sometimes you get those false readings. So when it snows a lot, I'm here in the Northeast, I do turn that off a good amount. Sound, you just get your volume here, just turning sound on and off, tuner. Temperature here, this is the heated seats. So you get up to level 3 here on this, and then level 2, level 1, and then cooling or AC seats basically blows air through this thing right here. You got actually a couple LCD screens in here. That was a little bit hard to see, but these are actually really nice, having 3 different LCD screens. If you want to get to control the actual massaging seats, you click on the side over here, and that pulls up on the screen some different options as far as the massaging seats. So you can adjust, but if you click here, driver, and then high, or low, depending on how much of a massage you want, it starts massaging you, which is awesome after a long ski day on the mountain. Just coming home, put the heat on, put the massage on. It is wicked nice. So those are some of my favorite features. You get up, down, of course, left, right. Other buttons here, fog lights. Lights are automatically on here. Different seat positions, so if you have multiple people in the car. Hanging up different audio controls on the steering wheel. The LCD screen, again, you can actually control what's going to be on your screen by pushing these things, fuel economy, things like that. So that's pretty nice. Turn these seats off. As far as a moonroof, this one's got the double moonroof. This window here does not open up. Only this one. So if you can click slide here, click that up, and that will slide. It's raining today, so I'm not going to do that. You can also tilt it, and then if you want to cover this up because the sun's hot, you can cover both these up by just clicking that. It makes the sound a little bit better as well. The interior, I really like the stainless steel here with the black and black on black. I think it looks great. The black leather looks nice. The stitching looks very nice. So that's a couple of nice features that I enjoy here. Of course, got airbags, things like that. Safety, I did add my radar detector here, and you can get the power and I did a separate video on that, but getting power here from the camera, actually 12-volt power. So as soon as the car turns on, turn the car off. Actually adjust the steering wheel up and down, push your seat slightly down, and it turns off the radar detector. Put your foot in on the brake, this light lights up, and then starts up. Here I've already set my garage door, so I can push here to open my garage door. That's a really nice feature. There are lights here and there, which is cool. So that's a couple of the main features here. One of the other really features that I like, and I'm going to show you driving, is the adaptive cruise control. So basically, when you're driving, it senses a car in front of you. So if you set it for 65, car comes in front of you, automatically slows down. So let's say a guy's going 50, he gets out of your way, or you drive out of his way, it's automatically going to speed back up to 65. One other thing here that it only happened a couple times, but if a car pulls out in front of you real quick when you're looking down or something, this thing flashes red and there's a noise that goes beep, 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 letting you know that you're almost going to have a front end collision. So it just, at that point, it doesn't do your taps your brakes for you. You still have to tap your own brakes, but when you do, it puts it into kind of like a high braking mode. So just a little tap is going to stomp down on those brakes all the way, giving you the full capability to stop quick. That's great if you're like going down a highway really fast and all of a sudden everyone's stopping real quick. It gives you that extra awareness, which is nice. The mirrors themselves, they fold in, and one of the features that I like is this light here that goes off if there's a car coming in your blind spot. There's a light on this side and a light on the right side letting you know there's a car in your blind spot. I do use that a lot. And when you park the car, these mirrors here close. So actually, you can click right there and they close down just so no one bangs up your mirrors. It's probably a common thing to happen in parking lots. Also, this has heat in the mirror so you don't get any fog ups in the winter time if that happens to you. The mileage, I'm going to just give it a drive here. The mileage that it gets out of an average tank is about 330 miles per gallon. And actually, I want to look at fuel economy right here. So I'm looking to go about 20 miles per gallon. And that depends on your driving, of course. But that's basically what I have. One of the things I do wish it did, I wish it lit up here which position you have it in. My old car did that. This car does not. It does show you in the LCD screen the fact that it's in drive, but I'm just used to looking down, clicking it in, and seeing what position it's in. So I wish they would adjust that. Overall, the feel and power, you stomp on the gas, huge pickups, very, very fast acceleration, which is great. It's got a huge engine in here. And the braking ability, you know, it's not too sensitive. I think it's perfect as far as the brakes are concerned. I went from a Nissan Murano, so a little bit of a smaller car, to this. Definitely has more seating, more room in here, so I do like having that little extra room in the car. That's a pretty nice feature.
Okay, so to turn on adaptive cruise control, this is great for those long ski trips, like it goes skiing up north, 3-4 hour drives sometimes, and after a while you put gas on, gas off, gas on, gas off. It's a huge pain. So it makes the drive a lot easier to put adaptive on. Basically hit the on button here. Now you can see the LCD screen is set right now for 50 miles per hour. So you can hit the top button, you can adjust the speed first. We're going about a little less than 50, so I'm going to hit resume.
Alright, so we're hitting now the plus button, and it should now be basically it's telling me we're going 35 miles per hour. There's a car in front of me, of course, so it's slowing it down to 39. So my foot right now is off the gas, but we're still going. If the car stopped quickly in front of me, this car is going to also stop. And as we get more space up here, as you can see, he's pulling away. It's going to start accelerating. We're not going that fast, so hit plus, a little bit of plus on this, giving us a little bit faster speed. There's a car here kind of creeping out. So I'm clicking it up now on the right side. It's very small to see, but I'm going to click it up to about 55. So it's automatically speeding up to 55. And it tells me the speed limit right now is 50. That just gives you, if the speed changes in the road and things like that, you don't want to go too fast over the speed limit, so you don't get a ticket. but this is 57. Let's go up to 60 and see if we can catch up with this car in front of us and watch it slow down. So even though it's raining, it's still fine using the rain. The only time I've noticed any issues with the radar would be when it's snowing pretty heavily. And in those, as you can see now, it's dropping down to 62, and it does it gradually. It does not like it stomps on it. 60, and it, depending on how much space you want from the car, 58. So it's gonna adjust, and you can decide how much room you want to give between the cars. Let me stop my brakes here. Now, if you get too close, you just don't feel comfortable anymore, stomp on your brakes. That turns it off temporarily. And then if you just want the adaptive off altogether, turn it off, and then you're clears out of the screen. But I don't use this. I only use this on longer travels. I mean, if I'm traveling 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's not enough time for me to put it on, or it doesn't make my life that much simpler. But in the long drives, it definitely helps. The windshield wipers, as you can tell, it's raining today. They have a sensor on them, so they actually auto detect if it's raining, and will try to automatically adjust depending on how often it's raining. There's a big bulk out on these here, and that's actually sensing the rain droplets. Now you can still adjust it, because sometimes it gets a little bit off, so you can go up and down, make it go faster. If you're going through a car wash, you want to turn it all the way off, because otherwise it'll actually start working in a car wash. But for the most part, I leave it on auto, and it seems to handle it pretty good. The one thing that I did turn off is the automatic headlights. They have a sensor, so if there's no other headlights coming at you, it turns your high beams on. And then if a car senses a car coming at you, it turns the high beams off. I found that very distracting driving. You can turn that off right through this adjustment in the LCD screen itself, and it's just, for me, it was very annoying to just go high beams, off high beams, high beams, off high beams, and cars kind of look at you putting your high beams on and off, and it's like, what's going on? So I did not like that. If I'm in a period that it's going to be a long time, it's very dark, I'll just hit my high beams on, manually, and then turn them off as I see the cars coming. That's one feature that I did not like so much in this car. The other thing that I didn't like so much is this foot room here on the side. I'll show you an exterior. I'll open the door later and show you that. But my left foot, they could have done more room on this side. They put some different barriers and things like that on this side, so my left foot is not super comfortable. It took a while for it to get kind of in a comfortable position. That might have just been from driving a Nissan Murano before, but I drove a couple other cars too, and it does seem a little bit small leg room down here for the driver's side specifically. Passenger wasn't as bad, but the driver's side, they could have done better with the leg room on the left-hand leg. So I wanted to show you the CarPlay functionality here. So this is streaming Bluetooth right now, streaming from my phone. It actually gives you some album art. You can hit the next song, stuff like that. So it's actually not that bad. This is streaming from Pandora, so is where it's grabbing it from. If you plug the phone in via USB, then something's going to come up on the screen called Apple CarPlay. So it's actually pulling up my Maps app right now. And just like the Siri, you can hit the Siri button. And so you get a couple apps that are native. Now, not all your apps are going to show up. They have to actually be CarPlay compatible, like so Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, Audible. They are podcasts. The rest are just Apple products. So for example, Google Maps is not in here. So that's something I really wish they would add, and maybe they will add that later on. But you can, check out some text messages, things like that.
Would you like me to read your messages or compose a new one?
And it's nice how they'll read them for you. You can go back to home, make some phone calls, just click on that.
Who should I ring for you?
And they try to do it all with Siri so you don't get in a car accident. Spotify, Pandora, that's something I use a lot. You can switch up the different stations. This is a little funky. Sometimes it actually works better just using it on the phone itself. Using the app doesn't actually, it freezes sometimes and I have to like unplug and replug back in. So that's been kind of problematic a little bit. But It's been getting better. I think they've been putting a lot of updates on it, so it has been getting better. So this is CarPlay. It's got your cell phone reception, time, 4G, and how many bars you have and things like that. But you could just unplug it and it goes back to regular mode. And then you have, you know, your typical radio stations and stuff like that. So that's pretty much my quick review of the inside of the car. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you have time, please subscribe to my channel, click here to watch more videos, or please give me a thumbs up. Thanks.